Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today on another Tuesday afternoon. We are on episode 21. We're just rolling with this thing. I can't believe it's going so fast. Anyway, we're here today with Bonnie from Bonnie's Chic Boutique here in Illinois, and we love her store and can't wait to talk about how much she has been rolling with the punches this whole year, and really just been on top of it. It's been so much fun to watch. Next week, come back and join us. We have Tidewater sandals and flip-flops coming on next week. Their owner. They are one of our awesome vendors. I know it's getting a little bit chilly here in the Midwest, but that's okay. We want to think of warm weather in summer, right? So we're going to have that conversation, and we have to be prepared for when the warm weather comes, because it will come back. I promise it will come back. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk to Bonnie. Let's bring you on in.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh my gosh, Camille, thanks for having us. I really appreciate it and really want to thank you and the whole and sales team for seeking us out. Really love working with you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. We love your store. We have some team members, aka Joan, who is a huge
Love
fan. I know, we all love her. Huge fan. And when she threw your name in as a suggestion for the show, it was brainless. It was like, yes, we have to include her. And as I was telling you briefly, I have been following you this whole year, and it's been so much fun to watch you. You've really, I feel that your business has grown even through all these challenges, but we'll get there. First, I need you to go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, and how did Bonnie's Chic Boutique come to be?
Sure, would love to. So it kind of all started, let's see, my background. First of all, I have a very technical background. I've actually worked at corporate, setting up backbone networks years ago. I did a lot of training, a lot of flying around, teaching classes all over the country. That was a lot of fun, and that migrated into other avenues as well. I've owned a couple different businesses, and then during this whole journey, I raised 4 kids. So we ended up getting to the point where I kind of gave up my career for a while to raise the kids. And then about, I want to say 8 years ago, we kind of noticed a few boutiques in the area all closing, but not for business reasons. They were more closing for personal reasons. Without getting into details, I think we had 4 different stores close for one reason or another. And at that time, I'm thinking, this might be an opportunity. My kids were now in high school. A couple of them had graduated, for me to turn my career back to me and be able to do something a little more challenging for me. Not that what I was doing wasn't challenging,
Right.
but something more professional in the work environment. So I did my research and decided, you know what, this community needs a boutique, a gift store. So that's how it came to be.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
so yes, you found the chance, you saw the opening, and I'm sure that your community was thankful that you filled that opening. I mean, if 3 to 4 boutiques closed, then it was certainly needed for new retail to fill those spots.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Camille, we are very blessed. Like, this community up here just really supports their small businesses. And I want to shout out to all my customers, because if it wasn't for them, we would not still be here.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Thank you for everyone that has been supporting small businesses. We keep on saying, but it really is true that a lot of these towns and communities are really centered around the retail that is in, these little downtown pockets. And without, store owners, like retail owners like yourself, it really drastically changes the entire feel of the town. So it's really important that everybody supports the retail. So I'm so happy to hear that your customers are great. And I know you've been busy I mean, you've been quite busy, it seems, over the past month or so, which is awesome to hear. And you just last month you celebrated 6 years.
We did. Yes.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you. It has gone so quickly. It's amazing. And we have become friends with our customers. We've really created an environment where people love to just come in and say hello. They will bring us coffee, cookies. I mean, it's just, I feel like when people come into our store, it's like welcoming them into my home.
That's all.
And that's kind of the environment that we've really fostered here that our everyone has come to know and love. So yeah, we're just very blessed to still be here.
And you started your store as a boutique with clothing and accessories and some gifts. And then in 2020, you decided it was time to start bringing in to open the pantry side of your business and bringing in some gourmet elements. Correct?
Correct. I was at market last year down in Atlanta, and I've been trying to figure out what to do with our second side of our store. It was always had some jewelry in it. It was just a hodgepodge. It had jewelry, gifts, a little bit of everything, and it just wasn't focused. So I came across, and I personally love to cook. It's a passion of mine. So it was a challenge to try to figure out what to do at the store and something I love. So I saw Olive Valley, and that is kind of the anchor of what now is called BCB Pantry. So Olive Valley is our tasting bar. It's our olive oil and balsamic vinegar tasting bar, as well as all sorts of rubs and spices and dips and just everything you need to really make a gourmet meal simplified. And we try to provide the recipes and everything. It's really trying to keep everything, simple for everyone because we all need that.
Yes.
And it's been great. You can come in. You're more than welcome to taste any oil or vinegar you want. You find what you love, you try it, and we fill it fresh for you. So it's just been so much fun. I can't even tell you.
Well, and you, I mean, you're such a resource. I mean, you can, hey, actually, I'll tell this funny story, true life story. My husband tonight, it's his night to cook. He's home every Tuesday, partly so that I can do this show, so he watches our kids. But it's also his night to cook every Tuesday. And he said today, he goes, oh man, I have no idea what I'm going to cook. He's a really good cook, a much better cook than I am. I will give him full credit. But I, was going back through my notes and your website and everything, and I literally said, go on Bonnie Chic Boutique website because you're become such a resource of these amazing recipes. And part of your website you have called the recipe box. And yeah, I mean, all these fantastic recipes that you look at and right away you're like, I don't know if I can actually truly make any of that, but it looks divine. And I know you were saying that you carry majority of the items that are needed for those recipes in your stores.
Correct. Yes, we tried it. I would love to carry 100% of them, but it's just we don't have a big enough space.
Yeah.
So I would say we probably carry 80 to 90% of every ingredient needed for all those recipes. And they are delicious, bar none. I mean, they are so good. We made the 3-cheese Alfredo 2 nights ago. It was outstanding. Oh my God, it was so good.
Well, I will have to circle back around and let you know what he decides to make tonight.
Can't wait to hear. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to come back to that. But yes, anybody that is looking for recipes or anything like that, check out Bonnie Chic Boutique website or your social media because you've been posting great on your social media, which we'll also get back to in a minute. So I wanted to talk about your website for a moment while we're on that. I noticed that you use Shopify for your website.
Correct.
Have you always used Shopify?
No, no. Yeah, good thing I have a very technical background and beginning of March was a little challenging for all of us, for sure. And when we got the news that if you're not an essential store, you need to close, I think I could have qualified for being an essential store because I do sell food, I sell masks, we
Yeah.
sell hand sanitizer. So I could have gotten by being an essential store, but I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I just thought, you know what? Everyone needs to help control this pandemic. So we went ahead and we closed as well, which everything happens for a reason. It was a godsend. I closed, let me tell you. So at that time, the all of my Olive Valley stuff showed up right at the beginning of March. So now I have this huge investment. So when we closed down, it gave me a chance to redesign the store, paint, freshen up, do everything. Then when we realized, oh my gosh, this is going to go on longer than a week,
Hmm.
I immediately started developing my online web store with Shopify. And so I had to integrate Shopify to my current POS and my current inventory system and get everything working. So I spent probably the first 2 weeks of our shutdown between installing, repainting, moving, and designing this website. I can't even describe to you how many hours a week I work. But, the old adage, hard work does pay off. So, if you need to do something, just buckle down and do it and let's get it over with. And it's been great. That website has been a savior for us.
Well, and thankfully you caught on to that right away, and right away said, "This is what I have to do for my business. I'm going to do this quickly and take ownership to further my business, regardless of what is being thrown at me." And you did a great job. It did happen very quick. I will tell you, I was watching retailers from across the country and their pace in making these things happen, and yours was very quick. That you jumped on board this and figured it out. And I'm sure it does help that you have a technical background. But can you speak a little bit? Has Shopify been easy to work with? We often do recommend Shopify. We don't have a partnership with them or anything. We just did a lot of research, and it seemed that it was more user friendly than a lot of them when it comes to opening the e-commerce and everything. Have you had a good experience? Are you happy that you went that route?
I am completely. I did the same thing. I did a lot of research, and Shopify gives you a lot of options to choose, your layout, your theme, how you want everything to look. So that was part of the decision. And I was a little bit limited to what e-commerce would actually integrate with my POS system that I use. So that was probably the most important deciding factor for me, was to make sure that those two integrated well,
Yeah.
in which they do. And then I am going to give a shout out to my consultant, Cassidy, who out of nowhere, I'm going to cry because it was just it was like a little God wink moment when I'm sitting there thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to get this all done? I get an email from this gal who doesn't even live in this area and said, oh, I saw you on Olive Valley Facebook. Anyway, she contacted me out of nowhere. She is a Shopify. She knows it very well. So we connected, and she was able to really help me navigate through Shopify, and I was able to help her with my POS, and the two of us got it done very quickly. So
That's
sometimes things just fall into place, and they were meant to be. So I think Shopify was just kind of meant to be when it all was said and done.
good. Well, I'm glad you had a good experience, and that you found her as well, and that you were open to working, with someone new and welcomed that all in. But yes, you quickly did this. You opened your e-commerce and did a great job. But the other thing that you took on, like, I mean, I mean this in the best way possible. But the first
Uh-oh.
things that come to my mind are like you took this on like a bull because your social media. I mean, um, did you ever do a social media video before this year?
So yes, I had, but it was very trying. Believe me, it was like scary as all get out. Um, I'm very outgoing and I'm very open. So I used to actually give presentations in front of hundreds and thousands of people at trade shows and at events. And it was so funny. But the very first time I had to do a Facebook Live, I was like, oh, there's no redos here. And it's all recorded. So
I,
people can watch it over and over.
I know.
So you know what? The first couple times are really scary, and then you keep going, and it gets easier and easier.
Yes.
Honestly, it's been so much fun.
I love that. I love when people admit that it's terrifying because I think that some people think that it's just easy and natural for some people. But it's always great to hear that someone like you that is so used to public speaking and, has this in your personality to be very open and social and all those things. It was still very nerve wracking for you and not just second nature to do a video that is blasted out. And the reality is on social media you never know who's going to stumble upon your video and can watch it back over and over and over again. And my other favorite thing is that you also never know what the what's the word I'm looking for, what the algorithms or whatnot, what picture they're going to decide to stop at. That sometimes your face is like,
Yeah. Yep. Oh God, that's so funny you said that. So I was kind of going through some Facebook stuff this morning, and there was one of my videos. Literally, I'm like, could we have picked a worse pose? There I am, like this or some weird face. It was hysterical.
I know we've gone through some of ours, but like we need to fix these videos.
Really?
We need to
Yeah.
fix this. But yeah, either way, you roll with the punches. You've had so many great videos that you are just completely real. You are yourself, and yes, you're outgoing, but you're also honest. And now you've been continuing to do them when you have customers in your store, and it seems that they're perfectly accepting of this and everything. And how often are you doing videos now? You do a couple a week?
I try to do 2 a week. I don't always make it, but I do try to do like Tuesdays and Fridays. Sometimes I'll throw a quick one Saturday morning, but I try to do about 2 a week, and I try to keep them between 5 minutes and 20 minutes. Me personally, I feel like you're going to lose interest after 15, 20 minutes. So if you can just keep it short and simple and to the point, just get their attention, I think that's kind of the formula.
So did you go out and buy all this crazy high-tech equipment?
Um, yeah, that would be my cell phone that I've had forever. This is the only thing I use. So no, nothing at all. Not one thing.
Yep, just your cell phone. I noticed you often, it seems that you have somebody else that is holding your phone for you to record you, which is helpful. And then you've had various models. You often are in there modeling, but you've also gotten a few other models in there for you, helping you out.
I have, yeah. So my employees are amazing. Again, another shout out. All my employees love you guys. You're the best. Couldn't do it without you. Um, they're great. And if I say, hey, how do you guys feel about modeling sweatshirts today? They're like, sure, let's throw them on. They're really easygoing as well. So that's been fun. And when we were shut down for 10 weeks, my son was home from the Air Force and he did a lot of the videoing for me. So during, when nobody was allowed to be with anybody, he actually came in and videoed. And my other son did it once for me as well. So, I mean, it's been nice that the kids have chipped in and helped.
And they're like, go,
and my daughter
go.
Yeah. My daughter used to do a ton of modeling for me, but she doesn't have time anymore. So bummer.
Life.
But yeah, my employee rock.
That's awesome. Awesome. So I'm assuming, have you seen a lot of feedback from your social media when you pick up or, started to pick up your social media activity? Did you see a lot of feedback? Where do you get the most of your activity? On your website, on your social media? Is in store still your primary, source of activity?
100%. I would say in-store is still our primary, but that is driven by our presence on Facebook and my emails that I blast out as well. We do have a really large following on Facebook, and it's funny, like the little things that you don't think are going to do anything, all of a sudden that's what really inspires people to come in. Here's a great example. The other day I posted this cute little, it's 5 o'clock bowl. It was just a darling little bowl. It sold out instantly. I mean, and same with the trinket dish that I just did the other day. They were all gone instantly. Like people will call, put it on hold, and then be in within a day to pick it up.
So
So
do
we
you
really,
do you have
oh, go
Christmas
ahead.
items out?
Do I what?
Do you have Christmas items out?
We do. Yeah, this is the earliest I've ever put Christmas out. Usually we wait till after Halloween. Just the way everything is this year, we're hearing that our customers are shopping earlier for the holidays. We just had a call yesterday from a gal asking us if how much Christmas we have out. Should she get in here? My advice, everybody, get your shopping done. If there's something you know you want, go get it, because we don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. I wish I had my crystal ball, but we don't. So, feel free to just go out and get it, and that way you'll have it as well.
But also, I
What's
mean,
December going to bring? We don't know.
right. Well, and also, even if there is no more shutdowns, it's all a trickle effect, So, like you said, that guac bowl sold out. Well, it's a process now to be able to get things from vendors. So, it's not always as easy of a process or as quick to be able to restock an item right now. So there's going to be a lot of instances this holiday season that when an item is sold out, it's sold out. So if there's something that you're thinking about, don't wait. Make sure you buy it, because it
Right.
really might not be there for the rest of the year. So, and it seems that people are shopping earlier, and
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and even for the decor items, I think that people are going to be decorating earlier. I will admit, I am one of those people that puts out Christmas November 1st. I can't wait. I love Halloween, but I'm telling you, Halloween gets taken down and Christmas goes up November 1st.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Well, we've got
Horrible.
darling, darling, darling Christmas decor. Oh my, between napkins and table runners and just little,
Gnomes.
oh no. Oh, they're so cute. They're just so fun. Did you see guess the number of gnomes that I did on Facebook and in store?
I did.
That was crazy. We had so many guesses. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that was a really great idea of something to do. It was really cute. So, do you have any advice that you could give to new entrepreneurs? It doesn't necessarily have to be of retail, or you can specify it to new retail. We are seeing that, yes, there have been a lot of stores that have made the decision for various reasons to close throughout this year. But we're also seeing a huge surge in new retail opening, brand new store owners that have never opened a shop before are opening retail doors across the country. So do you have any words of advice for somebody that's new?
Gosh, I feel, Camille, like I'm still pretty new in the industry. I do have a lot of work history background, and I guess my only biggest advice is really do your research first. Make sure you're doing this for the right reasons, not just because, wow, it would be really cool to own a yogurt shop, or wow, it would be really cool to own a boutique. You have to seriously weigh, the financial investment, the number of hours that you're going to put into this, and you have to look at the numbers. Luckily, I'm a math major, and so I can analyze numbers. The numbers have to tell the story, not your heart. So my biggest advice is really, guys, are you willing to put in the hours, and does it make sense?
Yeah, I think that hours is an aspect that a lot of people that have never been entrepreneurs before don't realize the number of hours that entrepreneurs put in themselves. it's great to think that you can figure
Totally.
everything out, but especially when you're starting out, there is a massive time commitment for a long time being an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah, completely. I'm still here 7 days a week for the most part.
Right.
So it doesn't just take 2, 3 years for everything to run itself. It takes years and years. And sometimes, okay, so some of it's my own fault. I'm not the best at delegating all the time. But however, however, having said that, um, you really do have to be able to manage your time well. You have to be very organized. You have to really be able to prioritize what's important and what can slip.
Yeah.
So, yep, you're right. You're spot on, Camille.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to throw a little bit of a scenario at you. We are a multi-line rep group. You are very fortunate that you get to work with Joan, who's the nicest one of all of us. And I think I'll throw that out there.
I don't know about that, but she's awesome for sure. You guys are all terrific.
Thank you. But I would love to throw this scenario out on behalf of all of our reps, in our industry. If I were a brand new rep and had not met you before, but wanted to work with you, could you tell me? I'm trying to work with you and introduce myself and introduce some lines and whatnot. Could you tell me how you would want me to present myself or new lines? How you would want me to reach out to you, or how often, or what would be like your ideal rep that comes in the door that you would like to work with?
Wow, that's a great question because it's really changed now from a year ago.
Yes.
A year ago, we could just go to market, we could walk around and kind of pick and choose. Ooh, that looks good. I think I'll go in there. Or, that's kind of fun. I think I'll check that out. You're right. It is a challenge now for sure. It's harder to find new lines. And I guess right now, a lot of my reps I currently work with, if they have a new line, it's easy for me to look at those. So, your question though is for a new rep that I've never met before who has something to show me. A couple ways. One is the first line is definitely email. Um, Stopping in my store unannounced is not my favorite, to be honest with you. That's tough because I have my days are scheduled. We are all busy. So that's really challenging. So a phone call never hurts if you want to call the store, introduce yourself. My girls will tell you to email me, but at least I will hear that you also took the initiative to call. I will get an email and make sure the subject line is I was asked to email you, because if I just see new product line, I probably am going to delete it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So the subject line has to be something that will connect to me that I asked you for that information. Because if I ask for the information, I feel it's only fair I give you the time to look at it. So that would probably be my best advice.
Yeah.
I hope that's good.
No, we appreciate it. Like I said, I think that we're all thought process that all of us need to work together, and everything is a team effort, especially now more than ever on both sides, on from the vendors to the reps, the rep groups, and of course the retailers. So yeah, it was that. Thank you very much for that answer. Speaking of shows, and I know that you do attend shows, what is your thoughts on January? Do you have any thoughts yet on January? Are you currently planning on going, or you're kind of waiting and seeing, or?
I am booked for January to go to Atlanta. I already have my airfare and my hotel booked. So I'm really hoping they are open. Like I said, we can just see so much
Yeah.
in a short period of time. It's fabulous. And if everybody, wears their masks and is respectful to everybody, I think it can work. So I've gone to a few local shows here in Chicago that have worked fabulously.
Good.
So I'm fingers crossed, you guys. Let's get those markets open.
Right, I know. Everybody is looking forward to the markets for a lot of reasons. I should say most people are looking forward to the markets for a lot of reasons.
Right.
Okay, thank you so much, Bonnie. Can you go ahead and tell everybody how they can find you? Give us your website, your social media, however they can find you.
Oh, would love to. So, Bonnie's Chic Boutique. Think of that. If you know the name, you can find me. Just add .com for my website. That's how you find me on Facebook, Bonnie Chic Boutique. My email is bonnie@bonniechicboutique.com. Trying to think what else.
I think
That's
that's it.
every way possible. I'm on Instagram, Bonnie Chic Boutique. So we hopefully you can find me.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, now I get to hit you with our 3 final questions. Our first
Okay.
question is, what is your favorite book, podcast, or blog? Can be work related or totally not work related.
Oh my gosh. So I used to be a very, very avid reader. I belonged to book clubs. Again, when I opened this store, I had to say goodbye to a few things. It says mega hours we talked about. So I don't have an all-time favorite book, but I will say I read 2 good books recently. Where the Crawdads Sing, wonderful book. Very, just will keep your interest. You'll want to stay up reading it. And the other one is The Lost Girls in Paris.
Ooh.
Just a, yeah, really, really good book. Kind of set back in wartime and how women affected and helped out and what happened to this group of women. So they were both really good, very different, but both really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What is the most important item in your toolbox?
Let's see. I think I mentioned it already, so I'm just going to kind of reiterate. I'm very lucky to have a mathematical, analytical background. It really helps me to do forecasting, to make decisions based on numbers, not based on whether I like it or not. So as much as my passion, I love to cook. So if the numbers of BCB Pantry don't pan out within a year, I will re-strategize again. Or if there's a line I bring in, I love it, but it's not selling, it won't stay in my store. So I guess that is the biggest toolbox is I'm very pragmatic with my decisions and having a analytical, very my girls like to say I'm kind of anal once in a while with things, and I'm okay with that. It's all good. It's all good. But very organized, and so that's I think is a strength.
That's okay. You're speaking to my heart because I am the one that runs the numbers in our company, and I am the analyzer of numbers. I want to see numbers. Give me facts,
Yeah.
and I can
Got to tie out. Definitely all this. Yeah.
Give me all the
100%.
spreadsheets. All the spreadsheets.
Yes. Love Excel. Love Excel.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, okay. I noticed that all over your social media, a lot of the videos that you've been doing, and a lot, especially recently, you are certainly very positive focused. You continue to, to your customers and everything, keep the happy involved. And and I think I even heard you make a statement not that long ago that, there's good that comes out of everything. So I would love for you to tell us, what do you think is something very positive that has come out of this whole crazy pandemic situation?
Oh, this is an easy one, Camille. So thank you for asking that. Honestly, I try to be as positive as I can. And really, we are so thankful that you guys, there's so much worse that could be going on. We are here for each other. I'm finding that people are being more patient with each other, that honestly, there's more compassion going on. Okay, not all of it. We do have the riots and some of that. I get that. But I think in general, there's so much good in people that if we all try to see the good in people and be thankful and appreciative of everybody, I just honestly feel like that is what it's going to take for us to pull together and get through all of this
Yeah.
and support each other. So I don't know, it just really makes you think hard about what's important.
Yeah.
And I guess spending a lot of time not socializing with our friends and having to reach out this way and connect in different ways. Oh my God, it's been so fun to see how creative people are
Yeah.
with like birthday celebrations and saying thank yous. And oh, that part has been great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely say what good has come out of this is just I think people in general are looking deep inside themselves and trying to figure out, okay, this stinks, but we don't have to stink. We can still be good people.
Right. Yeah. I very much agree with you. Thank you for continuing to be positive and spread the positivity, spread the happy, as I, as we like to say, spread the happy. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to keep on following your journey.
Thank you. And Camila, I really appreciate you having us here and look forward to meeting new customers and look us up online. We've got tons of great ideas there.
Go find your
And
recipe for tonight.
Go find your recipes, put a gift box together, send it to a friend.
Yeah, and
So,
if you go and you guys, find recipes and you can order things on your website to make those recipes, let us know. Let us know what you make. Let us know what gifts you guys buy from Shawnee's Chic Boutique. We would love to hear. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank you so much. Good to see you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
You. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. She's just such a delight, and her store is awesome. I actually think my mom and I have to head out over there soon. But anyway, come back next week. We have Tidewater sandals and flip-flops on next week. Again, I know that some of you are like, but why flip-flops and sandals? It's going into the cold. But we have to be prepared. Summer is gonna be back again. Not too long, I promise. It'll come back, and we want to make sure that all of our stores are ready when it's here. She's just a really fun personality and has a great story behind herself and then the company as well. So come back next week. If you guys ever have something specific that you guys want to hear, if you have a store and you'd love to share your story, we would love to hear it. So reach out if you want to be on our show. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Get those final Halloween costumes ready because it's coming. Have a good one.